It's Nurse Lady Tina, and welcome to my live. This is my first YouTube live. A little nervous, super excited. So come on in. Let's get to talking. My channel is all about self care, growth, and motivation, and how we just manage to get through this thing called life. So if that's something you're into, come on into the room. Let's chat. Let's talk about it. I'm just going to stay on here for about 20 minutes or so, again, to introduce myself and see if I can get a conversation going. Again, like I said, I'm Nurse Lady Tina. I've been a registered nurse going on 29 years, and boy, has it been a ride. And through my career, the one thing that has stuck with me is how very important self care is. When you're taking care of people at their most vulnerable, when they're patients, you really realize just how important self care is, not just for your patients, but also for the nurses and the other healthcare professionals that's taking care of people. Because, as I always say, we only get one life, we get one ride, like I always say about life. And so I don't know about you, but I want to make the best of it. I want to enjoy it as much as possible. We know life is like a roller coaster, right? So there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, peaks and valleys, the whole thing. But let's just try to do what we can to enjoy it to the best of our ability. So when I think about self care, right, self care is so broad and it means something different to all of us. You know what I mean? For some people, when they think about self care, they think about the expensive part of self care, right? Like the maybe going on trips and going to spas and getting massages and facials and getting your hair done and getting your nails done. But as we know, so many of us know, self care is so much more than that. And again, for some people, self care might just be that solo walk that they take at their favorite park. It might be having their cup of coffee in the morning while they sit by their window and look outside and just enjoy peace and tranquility. So again, self-care means so many different things to all of us. It can mean that bubble bath. And what I love about self-care is that it does not have to be expensive, right? Hey, hello, welcome. How are you guys? So good to see all of you guys. Fatima, Elijah, Love Child, hello. Welcome into the room. Again, I'm Nurse Lady Tina. Bear with me. This is my first YouTube live. I finally just said I just need to go ahead and do it. I worked my way up to get 50 subscribers to be able to go live. So once I hit that milestone, guys, I was just so ready and so ready to do it. So cute. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. My channel is all about happiness, self-care, motivation, and just making the best out of this thing we call life. And I'm one of those people who I try to stay positive like everybody else. Like everyone else, I have my great days and not so great days, but I try to keep a positive mindset, and that's what it's all about, right? Sometimes we need that mindset shift, you know? Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate that. So, yeah, again, Nurse Lady Tina, been a nurse, I said, going on for 29 years. And I love talking about self care. I love talking about growth and motivation. And when we can motivate one another, isn't that just such a wonderful, wonderful thing? And where are you guys from? You said I am from two? Okay. Yeah, if you guys could put in your chat something about yourselves, where you're from, what you're into. If you came in on this live, hopefully self-care, growth, and motivation is something that gets you excited as well. Okay, I am from India. All right, from Australia. Welcome. Welcome into the room. So good to see you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. I'm in the United States. I'm in Las Vegas. I am in a soccer and I won the championship last year. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful, guys. Thanks for sharing some information about yourself. What do you guys like to do for your self care, or what gets you going? Obviously, if you're in the soccer, physical health and activity is probably important. You like, Elijah said, I like games. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, everybody is, I'm from South Africa. Welcome. It's so good to see all of you guys. I'm in the United States. I've been here all my life. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Encouragement. Yes, Elijah, it's very, very important. I don't know how we make it through life without encouragement from other people. You know what I mean? Obviously, like I said, when I talk about self care, I'm a big proponent in believing in yourself and loving yourself, because we look at ourselves in the mirror every day of our life. You know what I mean? But encouragement from loved ones, friends, significant others, UK, is definitely, definitely so important, because with that encouragement, it will keep your motivation to do what you want to do in life. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just have to just jump in there and just make it happen, you know? Just like me coming on live today. Nervous, the first time doing anything. I think for most of us, there's that little bit of, what do I say? How is this going to go? You know what I mean? Type of thing. But again, I just try to, everything I do in life, I try to do it with a happy spirit, a positive spirit. And if I can encourage one person through my content creation, I'm very, very excited about that. So, yeah. Yep, soccer. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I like sports as well. So, yeah. But again, when I go back to thinking about self care, like I was saying, it's not something that has to cost a lot of money. Reading a good book, eating a good meal, you know what I mean? Just sitting in silence. The list goes on and on and on. Elijah says, try your best always. Exactly. And once you've tried your best, that's all there is to do, right? The thing is to try and not be so overcome by fear or what other people are going to think, that you just sit on the sidelines and don't live your life. So that's one of my pieces of advice, and that I think about all the time, is to live your life on your terms, and go ahead and take that chance of going live on YouTube, going back to school, starting that business, whatever it is that you're into. Because I can't say it often enough. We only get one shot. What sports do you play? I don't play any sports. I don't play any sports. I'm a nurse. So I played the game of nursing. Many, many years ago when I was in high school, I ran on our track team, but I never got good enough to really take it further than that. You know what I mean? But I like sports, but I don't play any. I like, the United States, we have the NFL, the National Football League. So I like to watch football. Um, I like to watch baseball, or I like to go to baseball games, I should say, not really watching it on TV. It's more fun if you can go in person, right? Good, or how fun sometimes aside or sometimes happens. Yeah. Yep. Enjoy our life is my motto. Do more of what makes you happy is one of the common things that I tend to say, Do more of what makes us happy. Because again, we only get one ride, and like I always say, we all have a story. And the one thing our story has in common is that there will be an ending at some point. So while we're here living our story, let's make it the best. Let's take those chances. Let's go on YouTube Live for the first time and talk to other people and see what they're into, what their self-care, their growth, their motivation. Yes, indeed. All right. Okay, I'm not sure what that's asking me. Guys, I'm just looking at the screen trying to learn all of this. This will become more natural to me, I'm sure, the more and more I go live here on YouTube. So I'm going to try to stick it out for at least 20 minutes. I'm already, looks like 10 minutes in. So far, not bad. Oh, okay. Just like my stepdad. Okay. Not sure what that means, Elijah. But thank you for the comments. Thank you guys for being here and coming into the room and participating, because that always helps. I know that's one thing that helps your lives, when you can get some dialogue going. And again, if I can encourage or motivate one person, I'm always excited for that. So one of the reasons why I like content creation so much is the people you engage with, and you guys start to learn each other and encourage one another to live life to the fullest, to do more of what makes you happy, to take that chance even when you're nervous, even when you don't know the outcome. Because one of the best feelings is living without regrets, right? And as we get older and older, you want to look back and think, hey, I always wanted to be a nurse and I did that. I always wanted to travel here and I did that. I always wanted to be a content creator and I did that. I always wanted to go live on YouTube and I got up the nerve and the courage to do that. So I strongly encourage you to stop this. Bless your heart. You can't make me feel negative. So you have the day you deserve and you have a blessed day. I love those things. Yes. The one thing Nurse Tina will not do is let people make her feel a certain way. So you don't have to listen if it's cringe to you. And you said, he, just kidding. Okay. Whether you're kidding or not, my day is going to be positive. So you see the smile. I'm smiling all through life. Because one of the things about self-care, that if you're doing it constantly and consistently, you grow a tough skin and you realize the opinion that matters most is how you feel about yourselves. So with that being said, I have to tell you that other people's opinion of me ain't none of my business. So bless your heart. Okay, you said you like AFL. You watching on my... Oh, AFL. Okay, in the United States, we have NFL. I didn't mean to hurt you. Didn't want to make you feel... You didn't hurt me. You didn't hurt me. So, no problem. And again, all this engagement is helpful. So, it's helpful. It's going to make me learn and grow. And engagement helps push my live out. So, I was just kidding. And that's fine. But you didn't hurt me. Like I said, a big part of self-care is being confident in yourself and realizing I subscribe to support you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yes, if you like this content and you're all into self-care and motivation and growth, please go ahead and subscribe. I love those things, those other things I play. Okay, awesome. I love it. I love it. But yeah, the engagement helps me. Obviously, you always wish for positive engagement, but negative engagement also helps. So I'll watch you daily. Don't worry. Okay. All right. I'll support you. Okay. I appreciate that. So no hard feelings. And like I said, that's what's so awesome about content creation and YouTube, right? Is that there are people with content that you're going to like, and there's people with content that might not be your thing. There's something for all of us, and that's what life is all about. Happy, thank you. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate that. Yeah. And I know that's what I love. I have my content creators that I really jive with, and I like their content. And obviously, it tends to be people who are positive and talking about growth and talking about motivation. and self-care, comedy. You know, there's a lot of people who are witty and just have that quick sense of humor. That's always fun content. So, but it's nighttime in India. So going to sleep. Good night. Hope you'll grow bigger and bigger and perform on stages one day. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And you have a good night's sleep. And thanks for being supporting and for subscribing. I appreciate again. The engagement is well appreciated. Thank you so much. So yeah, what I love, like I said, about content creation is that there's something for all of us, whether you're into comedy or self-care or finances and stuff like that. There is so much. Do you remember the motto of Spider-Man? Oh, I actually don't. That's sad to say, but I don't. I've watched more like Batman movies over the years and stuff, not as much Spider-Man. And Elijah said, and then you get to know. Okay. Awesome. Well, guys, I have to tell you, I'm going to stay on here for about 5 more minutes. With great powers come great garbage shoving. Okay. I had never heard that one. But mottos and quotes is something that I love as well, you know? So, just kidding. It's great powers. Oh, just kidding. It's with great powers comes great responsibility. You know what? I actually have heard that one. I didn't realize that it was Spider-Man, though. I have heard that. I like that one. Yeah. Elijah said, love each other. Amen. One of my best mottos is, and things I love is, love conquers hate. Love conquers hate. And I think Dr. Maya Angelou, one of my favorite people, may she rest in peace, said that one. But there's so many good ones. Yeah, it's a Spider-Man motto. Okay, thank you for that. I have heard that one, so that makes sense. Abdul said hi. Hello. Good night. Have a good night. Thank you again, and thank you for that. Comes great responsibility. I love that. So, yeah, like I said, engaging with one another, getting points across to each other and sharing ideas, I'm all for that. Again, I'm Nurseladytina. I'm all about self-care, growth, and motivation. And I'm just happy in life. And again, when I can motivate or encourage just one person, boy, what it does for me. And for so many of us, you know what I mean? There's days when somebody will say to me, one of my videos, they'll say, this is just what I needed to hear today. And that's usually enough for you to feel like, let me continue to do this. Because again, what do you do every day? I'm a registered nurse. So when I'm not doing my content creation on YouTube, I'm at work taking care of patient needs. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. I've been a registered nurse going on 29 years now. So I used to do direct nurse care, and now I do non-direct nurse care, more like sitting at a desk and behind the scenes kind of thing. Abdul says, nice. Awesome. And Jeff is saying, go. I'm not sure what that means, Jeff. Abdul, you are a nice lady. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you're very nice as well to engage on my live. So I appreciate you guys coming and making comments, because, you know, some people come into your lives and they just watch and they won't say a word. And again, just like it's my first live and I was nervous coming on, maybe some people come in and they're nervous to put comments or share ideas. So yeah, never judgmental about that. Again, self-care is how we feel about ourselves and what we want to do to take care of ourselves. And I'm excited that I decided to come on here today with my first live to introduce myself. Again, Nurseladytina, and my channel is all about self-care, growth, motivation, confidence. And so if that's something that you like and you're into, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do short videos every day. I try to do at least 3 a day. Sometimes I do 5 a day. Elijah said, happy for you. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate that. And I haven't worked out my live schedule yet. So I will be going live again tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure of the time, but my plan moving forward is to go live on the days when I'm not working my nurse job. So, weirdest thing in your fridge? Ask a question. Okay, awesome. So they're trying to give me some tips and pointers here. So I'll be working on that. And I know this will ease and feel better and better as I do more YouTube lives. And yeah, just excited. I'm just excited. So I'm over my 20 minutes, so I'm about to get off of here. And I'm really excited that I got some people in the chat today, and we were sharing some ideas and some mottos, and I got a chance to introduce myself. So again, Nurseladytina, my channel's about self-care, growth, and motivation. I do YouTube short videos every day. My first live, and I'm going to be doing some more lives. So Elijah said no. So good to meet you, Elijah. I hope to see you in more of my lives. Like I said, I will be going live tomorrow, probably similar to the time that it is today. So hopefully, Elijah, I'll see you in the room. And until next time, guys, all of you guys, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, whatever time it is that you're tuning in. So Nurse Lady Tina signing off. And again, thanks for the support. Peace.